going?
I have to go pee-pee.
I have to go pee-pee. Oh my gosh, I was not ready for that. Ultimate hair loss, ay caramba, and trick-or-treating gone terribly, terribly wrong. Today, we're back for another round of breaking down and reacting to all of the creepy medical scenes and heart-wrenching injuries from Terrifier 2. Let's dive right in.
You have an emergency.
Exposed tissue to the back of his scalp. We see that actually often in the emergency department where somebody will fall backwards. It's the most common, and they'll hit their head on concrete. The tissue will kind of explode open, almost look like chewed tissue sometimes, and it'll probably bleed a lot. Oh, on Art's head, you can actually see a whitish film, most likely the skull that you're actually seeing. Typically, there is something called the gala that sits over top of that, and that needs to be repaired. It's a very fibrous tissue. Oh! Hammer.
Pick up the hammer.
Right to the forehead. If you Valsalva or hold your breath really, really tight, we do this when somebody has SVT, you'll be able to see a big vein that sticks out. There's big vessels there. You can hit that area and have a lot of bleeding. So interesting. I don't know if you can actually go in and grab somebody's eye out without actually injuring the globe of the eye, the eyeball itself. It is in the classic, just one attachment to the back of the eye. There are 6 muscles of the eye. Then you have the optic nerve with the blood vessels coming in on the backside. Stop it. He implants it into his own eye socket. I thought he was gonna eat it at first. Yeah, that wouldn't function. We do have corneal transplants, but we don't have full eye transplants to where the eye would then refunction.
Get the hell out of here before I you up.
Oh. Beer bottle to the side of the head. They typically don't break as easy as that. Major artery that sits out right here. You can have major blood loss right there. Oh, jeez. Oh, the depiction is going towards his eye. It could either go around it, injuring the soft tissue around the eye, or it can cause a laceration and open injury to the globe itself. Soft tissue around the eye, we typically will call a oculoplastic specialist or a facial plastic surgeon.
Oh my.
Yeah.
They're closed. Wow. Oh.
Oh my gosh. They actually do a really good job of making it look quite realistic. Time must have gone by because you'd still have a significant amount of bleeding of the blood dripping out.
Yeah, that's wonderful, honey.
Cool.
They say back in the day when they did the guillotine decapitations, maybe somebody would be conscious up to 12 seconds after the head has been severed. There's no way to specifically study that. You still have action potentials relating to depolarization, repolarization of nerves and muscles. Being aware of it, probably unlikely. Oh, it didn't do anything. Okay. Laceration straight through. You really just want to get things symmetric. The hard part about that, outside of the eyeball, are the upper and lower eyelids, what we call the tarsal plates. If you don't have a perfectly smooth bottom surface that's touching the eye, then you're going to have a continued abrasions to the cornea. Oh, literally scalping somebody. I've actually seen this when people come in for different traumas, like different car accidents. Oh my gosh. If you're able to find the tissue, you probably could put it back together and have it almost regrow itself back and heal itself because there's enough nutrients to the skin and then flow that you'd be able to get things to what we call neovascularization and new growth of small blood vessels. Oh my God, this is a tough scene. Massive hyperextension causing a dislocation fracture of the elbow. You have the olecranon, which is your point of your elbow, and that's part of the ulna. When you go hyperextended, you can only go so far, so that piece will snap right off. Oh. So they do a good job, at least, of showing a little bit of like the red stuff splattering. You're gonna have arterial blood going with the beating of the heart, and then you're gonna have venous blood that's going to be pouring out. The arterial blood's going to be really bright red, and the venous blood is gonna be red, but a little bit darker. Always gonna break your fingers. Yeah. Oh my gosh, come on.
Come on!
No, you can't just rip right through. Never seen that happen to another human. I have seen broken fingers and dislocated fingers. Dislocations are pretty easy to put back. They just get stuck out because of the way the joints are. What is it? Bleach. Yep, we don't use that to clean wounds. Best way to clean the wound if you have a wound is just normal saline. Everything else kind of hurts and burns. Once it's been badly infected, you need topical antibiotic ointments as well as possible antibiotics. Pouring salt on a wound. Normal saline is salt water, but not to a high concentration. You ever go into the ocean and have a cut, it burns for a short period of time. Salt water causes a significant amount of stinging, but then does eventually go away. Oh. That is so disturbing. Does anybody else have nightmares or trouble sleeping after watching scary movies like this? Well, that's where Do Not Disturb may come in handy to help you relax and drift into a restful sleep. You can find Do Not Disturb at lifehappens.com or on Amazon. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's what he was doing. Took off the top of the scalp like reminds me of Hannibal. Anybody who's ever trick-or-treated before, please be wary. If something doesn't seem right, get out of there. Just always be aware of what you're getting.
Ew, why am I so sticky? Don't worry, it's just fake blood. Just put it in the bag.
Blood, as it dries, it gets very, very sticky. You can touch blood. We shouldn't, but as long as you don't have open skin, the likelihood is pretty low that you're touching whatever that person has. But I do not recommend it ever unless it's your own blood.
Keep going.
I have to go pee-pee.
I have to go pee-pee. Oh my gosh, I was not ready for that. There's a lot of the red stuff down there. There's a lot of vasculature down there. Typically, we don't see a lot of genital trauma. We'll see simple lacerations. Sometimes you'll see like a broken penis.
You broke your penis.
Oh! I literally had to cross my own legs. Amputation of the member, which does happen. Sometimes if somebody has cancer or another reason, you do what's called a penectomy. That is literally the medical word for removal of penis. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Battle. What is that? Fluoroantimotic acid. I'm not an acid specialist, but we know what acid does. So eating your flesh, burning it. If actually somebody comes into the emergency department with acid or any type of chemical injury, we look them up and we also call poison control. Whoa, how does Art have her heart in his hand? The heart is still beating. You could have a heartbeat just for a second or two outside of the body, but you see all these like little circular things on the heart. Those are all the vessels that have just been cut.
Vessels.
You have the arch of the aorta that's right there. These are probably pulmonary veins and arteries that are coming off the top of the heart as well. Really good depiction. Terrifier 2, Art takes it to a whole nother level with this destruction. This was good to check out and react to, let you guys know what we do in different scenarios, and hopefully you were entertained as well as learned something at the same time. So if you guys enjoyed this, check out the first Terrifier that I did and check out this playlist right here, binge watch everything. Make sure that you subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching and stay healthy, my friends.